Kia ora. This is a brief exploration of Rotorua as an early film location. In this talk, I will look at 3 film adaptations of the story of Hinemoa and Tutanekai. It is believed that the first feature film produced in New Zealand was shot in Rotorua. That film was George Tarr's Hinemoa, which premiered at Auckland's Lyric Theatre on the 17th of August 1914. Tarr had borrowed £50 from Auckland Chamber of Commerce President Edward Anderson. Tarr had originally intended on producing a film based on Māori life, as depicted in the travelling show The Māori at Home at Play by Reverend Frederick Bennett's Rotorua Māori Choir Entertainers. But the prospect of war with Germany prevented the expensive project from going ahead. Anderson had offered to fund a similar smaller project. Tarr went to the library. He said, "I read Hinemoa backward and forwards and backwards, and I wrote a scenario." He met with Anderson that same day, and by the following evening he was in Rotorua. Hera Taiwhai Rogers and her husband Rua played the main roles of Hinemoa and Tutanekai. They had been playing the roles in a Māori concert in Rotorua. Tarr put much of the film together with minimal editing. He said, "I did as much as possible with the scenes following each other. As a matter of fact, our cuttings were nil, practically. Sadly, the nitrate film stock has long since disintegrated and the film is lost. All that remains are a few production stills, day bills, and radio interviews." Tarr's was actually the second film based on the legend of Hinemoa and Tutanekai. The first was a short film released in 1913. Directed by French-American-based filmmaker Gaston Méliès. He had shot 3 short films in Rotorua: How Chief Tuponga Won His Bride, Loved by a Māori Chiefess, and Hinemoa, as well as 5 scenic tourist films. Méliès brought 17 members of his filmmaking company from America to New Zealand. He engaged James Cowan as a cultural advisor. He described Cowan as an authority on Māori legend and custom, and as a general advisor and interpreter. It is also believed that Reverend Bennett was involved in Méliès' production, as he credits a pastor Bennett. Mata Horamona of Ohnimutu portrayed Hinemoa. In letters to his son Paul, Méliès wrote, "We're in a foul country, cold, rainy, windy, but it's interesting because of the Māoris. Very fine people, very intelligent. I only had to explain very slowly to Martha what I wanted, and she would immediately do it with natural grace." The negatives of Méliès' films were developed in New Zealand and then sent to New York. Similar to Tarr, none of Méliès' New Zealand short films are known to have survived. A third adaptation of the Hinemoa and Tutanekai legend, The Romance of Hinemoa, was directed by Danish director Gustav Pauli and released in 1927. The film took 3 months to complete. Martha Wycliffe, then known as Mata Hurohanganui, was cast as Hinemoa. Minister of Native Affairs Sir James Carroll's son, Wiki, was cast as Tutanekai. Wycliffe told the Daily Post in an interview aged 75 that "I just couldn't act with him," so Martha's cousin, Matt Horner, was cast. Only the first reel now survives. It was found in 1981 by London barrister Mr. J. Samuels, who lived in a house once owned by Pauli. In an interview in 1981, Wycliffe said, "I was paid £1 a day. A lot of money in those days. I thought it was a great honour to play Hinemoa. The film was very well received overseas. It blended a love story into the scenic beauty of New Zealand. Many overseas viewers found it a wonderful experience to see another country." Rotorua was an early popular film location, largely due to its scenery, but also because the Te Arawa people were active in the tourism industry as guides and performers, and their skills adapted well to film acting. Other notable films shot in Rotorua include A Māori Maid's Love, The Mutiny of the Bounty, The Birth of New Zealand, The Adventures of Algie, Louis' Last Stand, and Under the Southern Cross. Thank you for listening.